when people start really showing up for themselves and loving themselves, a lot of people probably won't like it. You know, genuine people who love you and want better for you will, but you'll start to see the difference, which is not a bad thing. Hi y'all, I'm back again the very next day. This is my second day in a row uploading a video. But yeah, I got another topic to talk about, and I'm gonna try and keep it short. So let me set an alarm so I don't talk too long. All right, okay. All right, so let's get into it. I'm gonna stop trying to rock in this chair because it's making noises. So bear with me, y'all. All right, y'all, so let's get into it. So the topic that I'm talking about today is loving yourself and what I think that actually means. I come to realize that a lot of us have different definitions for certain things. And I think that's why collectively, a lot of us can't be on the same page, because what I think love is and how I think love should look may be completely different from the next person. Same with loyalty. I know for a fact that so many people have their own definitions of that word and that word alone. So many people claim to be loyal, but, and don't come for me for this is just my opinion, but I feel like you can't be a loyal person just because you're loyal to your friends, but you're a cheater. Loyalty, I feel like, needs to be across the board. Like, honestly, if you think about it, me, for example, and I'm not a cheater, but let's just say I'm in a relationship and I got my friend group, my family, and I'm in a relationship, right? If I say I'm a loyal person because I've never did anything to betray my friends or my family, but here I am cheating on my spouse, how can I call myself a loyal person? It just doesn't make sense. That's like saying you're not a liar, but you only lie to certain people. That still make you a liar. Same with, an honest person. You can't say you're an honest person, but you only steal from neighborhood markets. Like, you know what I'm saying? So in my opinion, my definition for loyalty, you got to be loyal across the board. If you're an honest person, you got to be honest across the board. You can't pick and choose when you want to be loyal and when you want to, be an honest person. Now, we're all human, we got to give grace and all that good stuff. But at the same time, I'm just saying, be realistic. It's too many people overusing certain words, and it doesn't make any sense. The most unloyal people claim to be the most loyal, and it makes no sense to me. But to each his own. That's just my opinion. So yeah, that's really the reason why I kind of wanted to do this topic. I don't know if I mentioned, but the topic is loving yourself and what that means. I think I did mention it. I'm not going to speak for everybody. I can only speak for myself. But I think my definition of what loving yourself means looks different from society's version of what loving yourself means. I feel like society's version can be kind of watered down, and I'm not downplaying it, but I think it's more surface level. Like, for example, there's someone, doesn't matter woman or man, if they're overweight and just not comfortable in their own skin, hard to look at themselves in the mirror and just don't feel good about themselves, I feel like society will tell that person, you got to affirm yourself, look in the mirror, speak life into yourself. And those things are good. I'm not saying nothing is wrong with that. But to me, that's surface level. Because I ask myself, like, okay, if you do that, how long is that going to last? And is it really going to make you feel any better? Like, beyond surface level? I don't think so. That's why I feel like my definition of loving yourself and what it means is more on a deeper level than that. I personally think that loving yourself, it comes with a lot of sacrifice, because that same person that's overweight and just very unsure of themselves and just going through it, you can affirm yourself all day, but I don't feel like it's going to change nothing. I think you need to sacrifice and make a change so that you don't stay in that space forever. Nothing has to be permanent. That could just be, something you're going through now, but you sacrifice your time, your discipline, and you get better and you change your situation. That's loving yourself. That's a form of loving yourself, the sacrifice. Loving yourself also, to me, means removing yourself from people and situations that not only not serve you, because I think sometimes we get caught up in that too. We push away people and things that say, oh, it doesn't serve us. But y'all, sometimes it's not all about us. Sometimes God put us in situations to serve others. So I don't want to get too caught up in saying, oh, if it don't serve you, let it go. I feel like you got to balance that out a little bit. But like I was saying, loving yourself is having those hard conversations with people that maybe you want in your life, but maybe, you know, the energy is not there and they're causing too much stress. But, you know, you love yourself enough to have that hard conversation, and which may lead to having that hard decision to walk away from somebody you love or something you love. So it's beyond the surface. It's actually making the sacrifice. It's doing the hard work. That's loving yourself. The other stuff is easy to do. I'm not, like I said, there's nothing wrong with affirming yourself. There's nothing wrong with speaking life into yourself. But we got to do more than that. We got to do more than that. We got to make the sacrifice. We're worth it. We're worth it. I think a form of loving yourself is, you know, every so often prioritizing your life. Everyone have different seasons of their life. It's good to always reassess. If you are at the bottom of your priority list, in my opinion, that's not a form of loving yourself. And we're all human. We do that, especially mothers. I'm not leaving out fathers or anything like that, but especially mothers. We seem to put ourselves last, not even on purpose, just we tend to put ourselves last. Our self-care comes last. And I'm straight up, I'm just going to say it. A lot of people won't agree, but that's not a form of loving yourself. And we do it not on purpose, but that's why I say every so often it's time to reassess our life and reprioritize, you know, the things that matter. One thing that shouldn't change off your list is God. He should always come first no matter what. Everything after that can change. It changes with the season. But I feel like you should always be on the top of your list. And this is not just for women. This is for men too. We have to take care of us. And, you know, that's how you love yourself. Other people may or may not agree. And it's fine. We could all have our own definitions. But I feel like we got to communicate that. If I say love to me means this, you know, it may look different from what someone else's definition of love is. But as long as we're communicating that to one another, it shouldn't be any miscommunication. And that's the problem. People just don't know how to communicate. Two people could be in a relationship and say they love each other, but their definitions of love are completely opposite. And so when one person do something, the other person is left like, oh, this person don't love me. No, it's just because y'all have two different definitions of love. Communicate it. It all could be fixed with proper communication. In my opinion, society's way of telling you to love yourself is not wrong, but we got to dig deeper. And, you know, on my channel, I said it before, I'm human. I make mistakes. I'm not claiming to be perfect. I don't want to be perfect, but I always want to do better than I did yesterday. I want to be a better version of me than I was yesterday. So my focus is just trying to be better, trying to better my life and just move forward. I hope that's the goal for everybody, honestly. You can't go wrong with that. That's what I was thinking about today when this topic came to my mind. So I went on a home visit today at work, and we deal with people that's 60 years old or older, so seniors. Which my definition of a senior, I don't know. I don't know if there's like an actual age for a senior, but at my job, it's 60 and above. I know some apartments like in our area, you can move into a senior citizen apartment if you're 55. So again, everybody have their own definitions. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because it seems like we always talk about, you know, babies, kids, especially teenagers, adults, and then seniors. But when we talk about seniors, it's like old people, you know, with dementia and stuff. So y'all bear with me. I'm getting somewhere. I'm random and I will go off track. But I promise you, we're going to do a 360 and get back. So just follow me. So I went on a home visit to a few homes today. But one in particular, it had me thinking. It was a lady, and she was, to me, like ages 55 to 65, I feel like that's too young to be considered a senior. But it's not, I don't know. I just feel like that age is too, I feel like senior citizen could be like 65 and above, in my opinion, but whatever. But so we went to this lady's house, and to me, she was young. She had to be maybe in her late 50s, if I had to guess. And I just felt bad because, of course, we deal with people with medical issues, and a lot of the questions that I have to ask people, well, one of the questions that I have to ask people every single day, if they deal with depression. And I was just surprised at like how many, including this lady, I just be surprised at how many of them are suffering from depression. And a lot of it could be, medical and stuff, but y'all, it's a lot of, I'm gonna say, younger seniors, like within this age group, that are depressed because their condition. And not like, there's a lot of things you just can't help. Like when people get cancer, you really, can't help that. It's a lot of conditions you can't help, but there's so many conditions that you can help. And a lot of these people get to this age and they're so depressed because, they lost something that we take for granted every single day, and that's mobility. We get up and move free every day and not realizing how much of a blessing it is. And so, a lot of these people get to this age where they wish they could go back and love themselves and make better decisions. But now they're just in a situation where it's like they feel like it's too late and they're depressed. And I mean, they sit in the house and they're just depressed. They feel like, it's nothing they could do, which is always something you could do. Like I said, that's when sacrifice come in. But of course, when you get to that age, it's going to be harder. It's hard now. It's hard for me to, be disciplined and do certain things. But I don't know, it's just an eye-opener when I come across these people. Because I feel like, I don't know, something about that age group we kind of, I'm not going to say we forget about, but at least for me, in my mind, when I think of adults and seniors, I think of, you're either, a middle-aged adult or you're an old person. But no, there is like an in-between in there. And that age group, I feel like that's the result of what you did in your younger years. But yeah, it's just sad to see. I'm literally seeing this age group depressed, not because mental disorders or anything like that. They're depressed because of decisions they made in the past that they feel like caught up to them now. So y'all, loving yourself is never too early to do it. It does not matter how young you are. It does not matter how old you are. You could always make the decision to love yourself. It looks different on everyone. What is your definition of loving yourself? What does that mean to you? What does that look like to you? You got to ask yourself that question. I can't answer it for you. I know my definition and I'm going to go by it. You got to know your definition and go by that. People can tell you what they think their definition of loving yourself means and how it should look, but you should have your own definition and stick to it. But yeah, y'all, don't wait till it gets too late to love yourself. I don't care how stupid you've been in the past. We've all, none of us are perfect. And this doesn't just mean relationship-wise. It doesn't mean job-wise. It just means in general. Like, make sure you are on the top of your priority list. Make sure you're loving yourself in a way that you feel like you should be loved. And y'all, let's dig deeper than surface level. I know it's easy, but it's time to sacrifice. We're not promised to be here forever. We know we're not going to be here forever. We don't know how long we're going to be here. So in the time being, I think right here in this moment, if you're watching this, it's time for you to make your own definitions and see what that means to you. What does loving yourself look like? Figure that out and start making the sacrifices. I'm talking to myself too, y'all. Not just y'all. Trust me, I'm working on myself too. So, I don't know how long this video is. My timer went off 2 times already. But yeah, I just, I'm all over the place. Y'all know I'm random, but it's time for a lot of us to start loving on ourselves. I think you'll be surprised at how much a shift could happen if everybody properly loved themselves. And I really believe that. I do. It's a lot of people walking around that claim to love themselves and they really don't. It's easy to say something, but when you actually have to do the work to do it, that changes everything. And when people start really showing up for themselves and loving themselves, a lot of people probably won't like it. You know, genuine people who love you and want better for you will, but you'll start to see the difference, which is not a bad thing. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video, y'all, with my random self. But if you made it to the end, I want to thank you for watching this video. And I don't know, I'll probably be back tomorrow with another topic. But either way it go, thank you again. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And then the thumbs up button too. It'll help YouTube push my videos out. But yeah, y'all, that's enough talking. I love y'all, and I will see y'all on the next video.